I've been, I swear I'll never be him again. I'm not playing around. I surrender although I may fall. I swear I'll get up again. All of me to dominate. I surrender although I may fall. I swear I'll get up again. All of me to dominate. I surrender.
Well, hello, this is JJ with terceirafire. Hi, Dayman. Are you now online? Yes, you are. Welcome to see you. Let's jump right into my Brownies amazing franchise week number 6, playing against the Bengals. Trying to just cap off. We just beat the Ravens, feeling good. We have a really good Twitter feed here showing us all the information we need to know about this year's people getting drafted, which is really cool. Letting you know that my favorite playbook is Atlanta. And when it comes to being able to get your plays out the way you want to find a good playback and you want to get into it quick. But as you can see, I've had a lot of videos where Kurt Warner is coming back. You also have a chance to demand a release when you're a player. I like just looking at some of those things and talking to you about them. But we're off of Paul Brown Stadium, but I'm going to get to talking because I got to talk to you about player schemes. First of all, I've had a lot of people tell me that your schemes are not showing up and not saving when you're playing in the thing, and I have not run into this. When you're online, you can go into the very simple lore actions, you go into your team strategy, then you go to player schemes, and when you go to player schemes, your coach will show you what the scheme is for the team. Like if it's a Tampa 2 for defense, or West Coast offense, or balanced offense, or whatever. Well, you'll go and you find out what each player you have. Like let's say your quarterback is a strong arm. Well, what you'll do is you go into your team scheme and you will change your team scheme for your quarterback to be a, oh my gosh, Patterson, freaking gotta be kidding me. Oh my gosh, that's crazy right there. But anyways, you go in and you change your scheme for your team to be a power throwing quarterback, and that will change his overall rating to the upper whatevers. It'll boost him up. If you try to change him to be a field general, it will not help. But as you can see, I'm just showing you a little package right here after that amazing drop right there. Look at Rogers Cromartie. He has more interceptions this year in practice and in the game than anybody I ever know. And look at this. This turns into a pick 6 to the 666. Oh my goodness. Let's hope that just stays straight. Alright, well, we're feeling pretty good. Practice is doing good. Patterson fumbled that ball on us, but I wanted to show you how well my defense was performing. And big fumbles. Well, D'Qwell Jackson? Yeah, D'Qwell Jackson. Show you a little Tebow action here, trying to get Shanko up, but looking at Young over the left. I might give it to my McCullers. Nope, I'm going to throw it to Shanko. Shank to the Shanko. Alright, so we're feeling good. Important thing to understand is each team has a different scheme, and your team will run and what the players type they're looking for at each position. Since each NFL team evaluates players differently, it'd be essential to know what piques their interest and in turn value you even higher. So you'll be looking to play, if you're going to be a player, you're going to want to go after a different team. Like let's say you're going to be a position player, like I'll talk a little bit about the superstar mode right now, but like you're going to want to go onto a team and you're not going to just want to be a position player. Like if you want to be a quarterback and you don't just want to be a strong arm quarterback, and if you want to go play for the Falcons, or if you want to go play for the Cardinals, because the best position, the most highest overall rating quarterback you could be on the Cardinals would be a field general, because that's what they're looking for and that's what their offensive scheme is like. So you get to pick your plays, but you don't get to pick your playbook when it comes to a lot of these superstar stuff. So it's really important for you to understand these team schemes and player schemes. It helps you in understanding what players to pick, and you'll know which players to get in the offseason. The nice thing is there's a lot of screens that help you find out what is the best. Like you'll go to the player progression screen and it'll show you what kind of guy that is. Then you can go to his player card and then you'll show what scheming works the best. And the best place I've ever seen to show up is in free agency. You'll go to free agency and you'll actually see that player's scheme, offensive scheme that he works best in, whether it be balanced, West Coast, strong run, whatever. And then you'll also see his player tendency, like a one cut halfback or whatever. And so these things are really important. I haven't run into too many problems with saving. I'm so sorry when it comes to that, but I wanted to talk to you about that. I think when it comes to getting players, like sometimes like when you're looking at a player in the roster, he'll actually be a different rating based on what team you use. So a lot of people think this is a mess up in the roster. It's not a roster problem. It's just the fact that you're the Browns and you're looking at that team. Now, it's funny when I say that about the Browns is because the Browns are some of the worst teams, one of the worst teams to grab hold of and fix and repair. The reason why is because they have so many needs. They have a really decent amount of needs when it like decent defense, and that's why I grabbed him here and I picked up Tebow, and oh, nice long field goal. Are you kidding me? Did I just miss that? Oh, 99 kick power too. No way. Oh, right short. Oh, that's not good. So we're not doing too good in this game, but Andy Dalton, man, oh gosh, you can't stop the war. You can't stop him. But we're having fun. So when you jump into your players, when you're jumping in as a coach, you have a couple of options. Basically, you can go to like a team that needs some rebuilding, like the Browns or like the Cardinals. Even the Seahawks have a little bit of rebuilding coming their way. But in this amazing manual, it actually shows you when you go to play as like a regular player, it actually tells you what the play, like what that team is like. It'll say like that team is a 3-4 or a hybrid front for defense, or a really strong, you know, up the middle stuff. Bowman in my face. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. But it tells you like what each team is looking for when it comes to a scheme or a what each team's looking for when it comes to like that kind of player, whether you want to be a defensive player or whatever. But if you're playing as a coach, with the teams that are ready to win now are Baltimore, Green Bay, New England, New Orleans, and Philadelphia. You can major rebuilding is Cleveland, Indianapolis, Miami, Minnesota, and St. Louis. So if you want the teams with the most salary cap room, you got to go after Cincinnati, Cleveland, Houston, Indiana, or Tennessee. But then you can build for the future with, you already got some pieces in place, and that you can do that with Carolina Panthers, the Chiefs, the San Francisco 49ers, St. Louis Rams, and the Washington Redskins. That's what's nice for a coach. Now, if you're looking to be progressing players is really one of my favorite parts of this. You actually earn progression based on season goals, weekly goals, and milestone goals. When you're in practice mode, you actually have to pick a practice that gives your player XP. Thanks to Champ Bailey's for letting me know that. Other than that, your quarterback will just earn XP, and your players will earn just a little bit of XP at practice. So make sure you choose a practice that gives your players that XP bonus also. When you progress them, you want to make sure that you progress them in the areas that you want to progress them, or you could just quickly hit a triangle and hit auto progression. It's up to you. Scouting players, you don't want to waste a lot of your money when it comes to scouting. You want to find the players that you need and go after them and scout them and really hope that you just scouted all their information. We're not going to get, there's not a ton of scouting points out there, so if you really want to be a scouter, you got to get that team builder, and that way you get a little bit more scouting points, a little bit more of a bonus. You actually get fired as a coach too if you don't complete your season goals. Like I actually had Joe Gibbs, and he did not get enough wins with the Browns, and they actually fired him, and I got offered, I didn't even get offered to take another team, so I had to like lose Joe Gibbs, like my legendary coach. It was hilarious. They also offer you extensions if you're doing good, or you could just demand a release and go to another team, and you have up to 8 teams go after you, especially if you met all your goals. When it comes to re-signing players, you can actually go look for a new deal. You can have throughout the week you have to negotiate players, and if you negotiate them correctly, they will actually stay with your team. And look at me go here. No, Tebow. You want to try and negotiate them throughout the year, so that way you know what they're going after. And oh my gosh, Tebow is getting destroyed here. Now I'm left with Brandon Whedon, 3rd and goal. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, in the end zone. Come on, Shinko. Come on, give me some of that rock. But free agency, you're looking at some. It's a little difficult when it comes to free agency if you're really going after a really good player, because they won't sign with you if they don't like you. So that's pretty cool. You can go into the draft. You can sign some rookies. They are automatically signed rookies for you. Oh my gosh, this is bad. I let him score that way I can get the ball back really quick. But that's pretty much the gist of this Madden manual. And then every single team, it tells you exactly which player is needed everywhere. If you go to the Cardinals, they need a field general quarterback, and that'll put you in the starting position if you choose to be the field general quarterback with the West Coast offense. In this Madden manual, it tells you what it is for every single position on every single team, what each team needs. Let's say you want to be like the best linebacker in the league with the highest rating. If you choose the wrong rating, if you choose the wrong scheme, if you choose 3-4 when your team is a 4-3, you will be like a 77 overall rating, even though you're a first-round draft pick. I recommend only doing first-round draft picks when it comes to Superstar mode. Who cares about the high goals? You just want to start off with the highest overall rating. That way you don't have to spend all your time with XP. Or you can start off at the bottom, but if you're not good enough, you're not going to start in the game if you don't have a high overall rating. They'll start you in practice, but it won't start you in the regular stuff. So go check out this Madden manual. I brought this information to you first. Hopefully this helps you. If you already knew about the Madden manual, hit the like button. I really appreciate you watching this. I've been loving this. I'm going to be getting into it. Don't forget, you got to check out my online franchise videos too with Big Infamous. It's me, AFC, versus Infamous's NFC. 2 YouTubers with 16 subscribers who are going at it. It's an absolutely amazing game. It's so much fun. So please enjoy these videos. I thank you so much for watching. This is my constant franchise I'm doing, and we're going into week 7 next week, checking out against the Ravens. Talk to you later. Peace.